Good morning, students. So let us start today's lecture. Welcome in next lecture of Math F 113. So in previous class, we have covered mainly normal distribution and little bit about the continuous uniform distribution. So in continuation of that, in the normal distribution, you have seen for the different value of the mu and sigma, we have the different shape. So here we have seen the for the various combination of the mu and sigma. So from here it is clearly visible that uh, normal curve is symmetric about the x is equal to mu. If we have this curve, so it is symmetric about the x is equal to mu, and it is the bell shape, right? It is the bell shape, and point of inflection lie at the x is equal to mu plus sigma, and here we have the x is equal to mu minus sigma. So point of inflection lie at mu plus minus sigma. So what is the point of inflection? Where the means at this point until this we have the curve like this decreasing, then we have the increasing. So if we have this situation, then we say the point of inflection. So for the normal curve, we have the point of inflection at x is equal to mu plus minus sigma.
But here the
And
curve is not decreasing.
pardon,
Like it's just like a mountain, just goes up and goes down.
not
Those curves that you
mountain.
showed, it was not going up again.
It is not going up again. That is true. Actually, we have the till now. Main thing is here means for example here it is written turning downward to the turning upward. So first it is turning down, then it is the up one. That is the thing. So where we have the joining point, that is the point of inflection. Means that just to show that it is a combination of the two curve, right? That I am showing this curve, otherwise it will not increase.
Sir, can you zoom the slides a bit?
So here, if we have the large value of the sigma, then it is the more spread. It is more spread. If we have the small value of the sigma, then it is less spread. Means it shows the sigma shows the consistency. So if the sigma is small, variability is small, then our data is consistent. Otherwise, it is not consistent. So if data is stable, then the sigma is small. Otherwise, sigma is large. So the when thus a large sigma implies that the value of the x far from the mean. So here the x is very far from the mean position, and when sigma is small, then x values are close to the mean. So that is the some conclusion. Now I have told you in most of the distribution we use the normal distribution by the central limit theorem. Later it will come, but now here what we have studied till now, that x lie between minus infinity to infinity, mu also lie between minus infinity to infinity, and sigma greater than 0. It means we can have the infinitely many values. So for all the combination of the mu and sigma, we cannot write the table. So how we can overcome this? So by chance, if you have to compute the probability, right? If you have to compute the probability x between a to b, so what you have to do? You have to integrate between the a to b of the fx into dx. But that is not easy task because this integrand is little typical. So that is not easy task. So to overcome this, what we can do, we have seen that if you take the mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1, then this can be easily integrable between the limit a to b. Even then, we have to go with the numerical solution only. Analytical integration will not exist. You have to go with the numerical solution. So for the mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1, we can write at least the table. we can form at least the table from the numerical integration, right? So what we will do, so this distribution for which mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1 are known as the standard normal distribution. So here the normal distribution with parameter mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1 is known as the standard normal distribution, and we denote. So when we say x follow the normal distribution with mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1. So this x we now nomenclate as a z. It is a standard notation. So here we say it is the z. And when the x lie between -1 to minus infinity to infinity, so here the z is also lying between the minus infinity to infinity. What is the general formula for the fx? Fx is the 1 upon root of 2 pi into sigma and e to power minus x minus mu whole square upon 2 sigma square. So when mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1, so it will become sigma is equal to 1. So it will become 1 upon root 2 pi e to power minus x square. That is your, or you can say z square or x square and by 2. So that is your is a distribution or PDF for the standard normal distribution. So here the graph of the standard normal distribution is known as the is known as the normal curve or standard normal curve. And CDF for this, if you have to compute the CDF, so CDF means fz. What is the meaning? It is the minus infinity to z of f z dz. So that we can compute numerically, and that we denote, it is a standard notation that we denote by the capital phi z. So CDF for the different value of the z, we can compute numerically, right? And we can write in the table for the different values of the z. So here we have the value of, you know that what is the CDF? CDF represent the left side area. So here in this diagram, it is the shaded region. So here you can see for the different value of the z, we have the following table, right? So for example, if I want to find what is the value of the z less than equal to minus 3.25, let's say this. So here we have the 3.2, here we have the 0.5. So its combination, its value will be the 0.006. So here we can say it is the 0.0006. So in this way, we can write the CDF value from the table. So in all book, you will find the table for the standard normal distribution, not for the general normal distribution. Always you will find the table, because in this, what is the fix? Mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1 is fixed. Otherwise, it is exactly the same. All the properties, whatever properties you have studied for the normal distribution, all the properties it satisfies. Now from here, we have one important result, right? Phi of minus z is equal to 1 minus phi z. So in this case, very important result, you can observe that if we have the symmetric curve, right? So what is the phi of minus z? Phi of minus z means it is the probability z less than equal to minus z. It means this is the minus z. Here we have the z is equal to 0. So here we have the minus z means this area, this shaded region. So due to the symmetry on this side, z is equal to z. So on this side, we have the same area. It means phi of minus z is equal to the phi of z. That is the probability z, not phi of z, means you can say it is equal to probability z greater than equal to z, right? It is equal to capital Z greater than equal to small z, right? Because it is a symmetric curve. Clear? It is the symmetric curve. So the both side area, what I am telling here, probability of z less than minus z is equal to probability z greater than minus z, because the graph is symmetric. graph is symmetric. So whatever the area on this side, the same area we have on this side. So here we have the minus z, here we have the plus z. Clear this part? So this we can write as a phi of minus z, and this can be written as 1 minus probability z less than equal to uh, it is the z. So z less than equal to z. So that is the 1 minus phi of z. So that is the first result. It is the important result. Phi of minus z is equal to 1 minus phi of z.
So,
Yes.
sir, in that slide, the area in between is left. We
Area
take z,
means,
if we take z less than minus z, so
huh?
towards the left side, and if we take z greater than minus z
Not
positive, then
uh, if it is the minus z, then
minus z, the area towards the left side, all that is covered. And if we take greater than z positive, then towards right is covered. So each का रह गया. How do we
I'm
see that?
saying that if this is the curve, so here we have the z is equal to 0. Here we have the minus z.
The
Here we have
zero
the
or
I.
I thought it was mu, but it is zero.
No, no, 0 na.
Ah, yes,
अरे,
sir, yes, sir.
z is equal to
Beside z
mu is
or
equal to 0
yes, sir, yes.
for the standard normal distribution. Na? That's why now I have changed the notation z instead of the x.
Okay, sir.
Got clear now?
No, sir, and then zero तो clear हो गया
Eh?
उसके बाद.
So
Zero clear हो गया, but
when here we have the minus z, here we have the z. It means what is this area? Probability z less than minus z.
minus z.
And what is this area? Probability z greater than z. Clear? So z greater than positive z. So here you can write that probability z 1 minus probability z less than equal to
Yes,
z.
sir, clear.
So it is the 1 minus phi z. So that is
Yes, sir.
one relation. Because in general we have the table only for the positive z, right? Only for the positive z. That's why I have written this. And this second relation I will tell you after some time. So let z be the standard normal random variable and calculate the following probabilities, drawing the picture wherever appropriate. So here when we have the probability z lie between 0 to 2.17. So 2.17 means here we have the 0, here we have the 2.17. So here we have to compute the this probability. This probability you have to compute. So it will become what? It is the phi of 2.17 minus phi of 0. So 2.17, 2.17, if you will see the table, so table value will be the 9.50, 0.9850. Its value will be the 0.9850 minus phi of 0 is what? It is the 0.5. So its value will be the 0.4850. In this way, we can compute because of the symmetry up to the z is equal to 0, we have the half probability. After the z is equal to 0, we have the half probability. Means up to here, phi of 0 is equal to what? It is the 0.5. Now the value, the probability z lie between 0 and 1. So phi of 1 minus phi of 0. So when you will see its value, so it is the 0.8413 minus 0.5. So it is the 0.3413. So from the table, you have to note the value. Similarly, z lie between minus 2.5 and 0. So this will become phi 0 minus of phi of minus 2.5. 2.5. So if you have the negative value, you can note down. Otherwise, you can change in the required one. Right? So it is the required probability will come the 0.4938.
sir.
Yes.
So can you just explain how to check 2.17, 2.1 and 2.2 is given?
2.17 means I'm not getting.
Pi of 2.17 in the this tables.
From table.
Yes, sir.
Uh, you
Table
have
से
the
value
book.
निकाली ना sir?
You have the book.
हाँ yes sir. In front of me.
So if you have the book, see the appendix A.3.
Yes sir.
In that, on the right hand side, you check for the 2.1 where positive 2.1 is written.
Yes sir.
Then in the column, you check where the 0.07 is written.
Sir, in the case of negative z, the minus 3.251, first we found out minus 3.2 and then we subtracted 0.05.
No, no.
So,
Means
so sir,
directly you see the minus 3.25. For example, this value we have seen for 3.25. This value need not to subtract.
okay, sir.
Got this value 2.17 from the book. It is clear.
Yes sir.
Please give the answer.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay. So from there we can see this value. Right. Similarly, if you have to compute this, so it is what? Phi of 2.5 minus phi of minus 2.5. Right. So see, by chance, if you haven't the table for the negative z, so this type of the question you can solve as a 2.5 minus phi of minus 2.5 means phi of minus z can be written as 1 minus phi of 2.5. Phi of 2.5 means phi of minus z is equal to 1 minus phi of z. So this will become 2 in 2 into phi of 2.5 minus 1. Right. So in this way also you can write. Either you can compute directly from the table or by some by some modification. So here we have only the value for the positive z. Here we have the value of from the positive plus negative z. So both will give the same answer. So here we have the required answer. So similarly, you can write for the all, right? Similarly, you can write for the all. So from the table, just in this question, just I have to explain how to see the table. Now, in each case, determine the value of the constant C that makes the probability statement correct. Phi of C, it is given to you. Phi of C. Phi of C means probability Z less than equal to C. Less than equal to C. And it is given to you 0.9838. Right. So if you have the book, please find. If you have the book, please find where we have the 9.9838 in the body. In the body, please check where we have the 0.9838. Yes, give me the value.
2.14 sir.
It is. So if you will observe, um, it is at the row of 2.1. It is at the row of 2.1 in the column of 0.04. In the column of 0.04. Now verify. So it will give you C is equal to 2.14. In the table body, you search 0.9838. So it is in the row 2.1 and in the column 0.04. So you will get the required value of the C. Similarly, if we have Z lie between 0 to C and its value is the 0.291. So we know that we can write it as a phi C minus phi 0 is equal to 0.291. And phi 0 is what? 0.5. So phi C, it is the 0.5, 0.5 and 0.291. 0.291. So phi c is what? Phi c is the 0.791. So it is what? Probability z less than equal to c and 0.791. So here when we will see the table, its value lie, right? It's phi c is equal to 0.791. So its value lie between at the 0.81. So here we have the 0.81, the required probability. Similarly, you can find the other C's also. So Z greater than C. Probability Z greater than equal to C. What is the meaning? That probability, it can be written as 1 minus probability Z less than equal to C. Less than equal to C. And its value is given to you as a 0.121. 121. So probability of Z less than equal to C is the 1 minus 0.121. So whatever the required probability, right, that you can determine from here. So here phi c is what? 1 minus 0.121. So that is the 0.879. So when you see will table, so its value will be the 1.17. Right, 1.17. Then after we have find the value of the C, for which Z lie between minus C to C, and its value is the 0.668. So when we have this, so you have to compute probability minus C Z C is equal to 0.668. So it is what? It is the phi C minus phi of minus C is equal to 0.668. So this can be written as phi C minus, right, 1 minus phi of C is equal to 0.668. So it is the 2 of phi C minus 1 is equal to 0.668. So it is the phi C is 1.668 divided by 2. That is the probability Z less than equal to C is equal to, right, 0.834. So when we see its value, right, so from the table, so this will come, the C as a 0.97. Clear? Similarly, if you have to compute probability C less than equal to mod of Z, so this can be written as, if you subtract on both sides, right, from the 1, so 1 minus 0.016, that is equal to the 0.9840, and it is equal to 1 minus P less than equal to mod of Z. So this can be written as probability mod of Z less than C, and this can be written as probability Z lie between minus C to C. So phi of C minus phi of minus C, that is equal to 2 of phi C minus 1. So phi of C will be the 0.9920, and table value is the 2.41. So in this way we solve such type of the question. Now, percentile of the standard normal distribution. So what is the percentile? But you know that what is the CDF? Let this is the phi z. So this is the left side area, right? Phi z. So phi z means how much area it is covering. That is known as the percentile. So here for any p between 0 and 1, right, appendix table A.3 can be used to obtain the 100 into pth percentile, right, of the standard normal distribution. How? So just you equate whatever you have computed the phi z, that is equal to the 100 into p. That if you equate, or you simply say p, because it is the CDF. So simply you say it is equal to p. So at what value, means if you say it is equal to p, So that will give you the percentile point. Percentile point means below that p% population lie below that z. That is the meaning of the percentile. So if you say 90, for example, in the GATE exam, we have the score 99 percentile. What is the meaning of the 99 percentile? 99 percentile means this p is what? 0.9900. Now you have to see the table, right? You have to see the table so that left side area is the 0.99 and right side area is the 0.01. So this 0.99, it is nothing, it is the phi of z, and that small z you have to compute, right, like this. So that is the meaning of the percentile. So it can be any number between 0 and 1. So here you can see this value is nothing, it is the 2.33. From the table, if you will see, this value is the 2.33. So z below the 2.33 give you means cover the 99% area of total. Similarly, if I say due to the symmetry, if I have to say how much we have the, let's say it is the 1%. On this side we have, on this side also we have the 1%. So this value will be the z is equal to 2.33, and this value will be the z is equal to minus 2.33. So by symmetry you can write for the both side. So by the symmetry, the first percentile means 1%. First percentile is as below the 0 as the 99th above the 0. So equal to minus 2.33. 1% lie below the first and also above the 99th one. So nothing new. Whatever we have studied earlier, right? The same thing means generally what we have to do, we have to equate the phi z as a p. For example, in this question, you have to compute the 67th percentile. So it is equal to 0.67. So that you have to check. So it means probability z less than equal to 0.44. 0.44 is equal to 0.67. It means z is what? That z is the that percentile point. So it is the 0.44. Now, see, in the table value, by chance, whatever the required value, it is not available. So always you have to take the nearby value. For example, in the table, if you can check 0.6, can you tell anyone 0.6700 is available or not?
Yes.
What is the value of the z is equal to 0.44? What is the exact value of 0.44?
0.6700.
0.6700. Okay.
This example it will show that. I think after that.
And what is the value of z 2.33? Just give me 9901. So see, here we have to compute the 0.99 only 0.9900, but nearby value is the 0.9901. So always from the table we see the nearby value, right? Avoid the interpolation. Only in case of this 95 percentile, we have to take the middle value, because if you will see the value of z at 1.64, it is the 0.9495, and value of z less than 1.65, it is the 0.9505. So 0.95 lie exactly middle of these two, in the exactly middle of these two. So here we take the middle value. So middle value will be the 1.645. So sometimes we use the interpolation, but we avoid the interpolation. Only in case of the 95.95 we prefer the interpolation. So here you can say that probability z less than equal to 1.645 is equal to 0.95. Wherever we can determine the exact value, there we prefer the interpolation, otherwise we choose the near value. So phi of 1.645 is equal to 0.95. So in this way, we sometimes we use the interpolation also. Now from here we have very important special notation Z alpha. Generally we use for the statistical purpose or statistical analysis, right? So here we have the where we have the critical analysis, there we use this notation. What is the meaning of this notation? The meaning of this notation is, if we have this curve, so let's say this point is the Z alpha. So what it represent? This point represent that on the right hand side we have the alpha area. On the right hand side we have the alpha area. That point is known as the Z alpha. So here Z alpha will denote the value on the Z axis for which alpha of the area under Z curve lies to the right of the Z alpha. That I have represent here. So right side area is equal to alpha, means probability Z greater than equal to Z alpha is equal to alpha, right? It means what? If you subtract from both sides, so means if you subtract these from 1 on both sides, so 1 minus probability Z greater than Z alpha is equal to 1 minus alpha is equal to 1 minus alpha, and on left side will become probability Z less than equal to Z alpha is equal to 1 minus alpha. Means this side area is 1 minus alpha, and this side area is the right, this side area is the alpha. So this is the special notation. Generally wherever we want analysis, we want for the error. So error is always small, so error is always on the tail side, error is always on the tail side. So that's why we write this in the special notation, so that you can specify how much error we want to analyze. So here, for example, if we have the Z of 0.10, Z of 0.10, what is the meaning of the Z of 0.10? Means when we have the curve this, so it is the Z of 0. That means side we have the area 0.10, and on this side we have the area 0.90. So that is the Z alpha. So it means, and 0.90 is what? It is the percentile, right? It is the percentile. So here you can correlate the Z alpha with the percentile. Thus the Z alpha is nothing, it is the 100 into 1 minus alpha percentile of the standard normal distribution. Just it is the notation, so by symmetry, if I am saying that left side area is the alpha of Z alpha, then left side area is also alpha below the minus of Z alpha. Below the minus of Z alpha, left side area is again the alpha. So here by symmetry, the area under the standard normal curve to the left of minus Z alpha is also alpha. So generally this notation we use for the critical analysis. So for few standard value, we have the following value. Means if the percentile is 90, naturally alpha will be the left side area is 90.90, right? Percentile generally we say in percent, right? So area will be the 0.9 and alpha will be the 0.1. So that is the Z alpha is given to you as a 1.28. So these are some standard value which you have to remember. In case of the standard normal distribution, these are some common value which you have to remember. Means here if we have z is equal to 1.28, 1.28. So this side area is 0.10 and this side area is the 0.90. That is the meaning. So z of 0.10 is equal to 1.28. That is the special notation in terms of the z alpha. Z alpha means it is the point on z for which right side area is equal to alpha. Similarly, if you have to compute the z of 0.05, z of 0.05 means right side area is the 0.05, left side area is the 0.95. So 0.95. So generally, just now we have seen it is the 95th percentile and it is equal to the 1.645. So here we have the z is equal to 1.645. So actually we have started the standard normal distribution when we face to compute the required probability for the non-standard normal distribution. Means when we have the infinitely many mu and infinitely many sigma. So how we can tackle those random variable? So here when we x follow the normal distribution with parameter mu and sigma square, so it how we can compute this into the standard normal distribution? So we can compute by assuming that let z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma. So by this substitution, you can modify the given non-standard normal distribution into the standard normal distribution. Means here what we are doing, we are shifting the mean from mu to the 0, right? From mu to the 0 by subtracting the mu from the all x, we are shifting the mean from mu to 0, and by dividing the sigma scale, what we are doing, we are changing the standard deviation to the 1 rather than the sigma, right? So here by this substitution we can convert any non-standard normal distribution or any general normal distribution into the standard normal distribution. So now it will be helpful. For example, if you have to compute the probability x lie between a to b, so what you do, probability x lie between a to b, so from all you subtract the mu and divide by the sigma. From all you subtract the mu, divide by the sigma. From all you subtract the mu, divide by the sigma. So this middle value a minus mu upon sigma, so this middle value will become the z, and this is the b minus mu upon sigma. So this you can write as a phi of b minus mu upon sigma minus phi of a minus mu upon sigma. That you can write. So that is written here. That earlier also I have told you. That later on I will tell you. So this is that formula. So just for computing the required probability for normal variate, we can use now the table of the standard normal distribution, right? So that is the benefit. By converting, by this modification, now you require only one table for mu is equal to 0 and sigma is equal to 1. So you have converted your non-standard normal distribution into the standard normal distribution. Similarly, if you have to compute probability x less than equal to a, so it is nothing, it is the phi of a minus mu upon sigma. If you have to compute the probability of x greater than equal to b, so it can be written as 1 minus probability x less than equal to b, and this can be written as 1 minus phi of b minus mu upon sigma. So that is written here. So just what is the benefit? You are converting non-standard normal distribution into the standard normal distribution, right? By the substitution z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma, you are converting non-standard distribution into the standard distribution. Now you can use the table of the standard distribution for computing the required probability. So again, the same thing, percentile for the arbitrary normal distribution. So you have the idea how to compute the percentile. So in the percentile, what we have, the phi of z is equal to, we write the 100 into p, 100 into p, right? So for 100 into pth percentile, or you can say phi of z, 100 into p generally we write for the percentile, otherwise it is equal to p. Phi of z is equal to p, and z is what? Z is what? Z is the x minus mu upon sigma is equal to p, right? Is equal to p. So here 100 into pth percentile of the normal, general normal, whose mean and variance are mu and sigma, it is equal to mu plus 100 percentile of the standard normal into sigma. So with this you can determine the percentile for the non-standard also. So for example, the amount of the distilled water dispensed by a certain machine is normally distributed with mean value 64 ounce and standard deviation 0.78 ounce. So you have to what container size C will ensure that overflow occurs only 0.5%. So you have to determine that what will be the size X, right? So that there is the overflow 0.05%. 0.05%. So this can be written as probability, right? 1 minus probability X greater than C is equal to 1 minus 0.005. So it is the probability X less than equal to C, and it is equal to 0.995. 0.995. So if you do X minus mu upon sigma, so C minus 64 upon 0.78 is equal to 0.995. So this can be written as probability Z less than equal to C minus 64 upon 0.78 is equal to 0.995. So phi of C minus 64 upon 0.78 is equal to, now we have to see its value. So 0.995. So 0.995 value means 0.995 value means it is the 99.5th percentile. So when we see its value, so its value will come 2.58, right? Its value will come 2.58. So here C minus 64 upon 0.78 will be the 2.58. 2.58. So here the C will come 64 plus 2.58 into 0.78. So that will be the required value. So in this way you can determine the 99.5th percentile for the X from the 99.5 percentile for the Z. So 99.5 percentile for the Z is the 2.58. From there you can determine the 99.5 percentile for the for the X, that is the 66 ounce.
Also,
So
Yes.
can you go 2 slides back? So one more. One more, sir. Okay, sir.
Means here we are writing mu plus Z of 0.005 into sigma. That is the formula. If you have to compute for the X. So that is the 64 plus 2.58 into 0.78 that we have computed in our question. Clear now?
Can you move to the next slide? Yes, sir. Here, before
Yes.
114, sir. Slide before this.
This.
Here, and sir, in the next slide, sir, 0.995 is between 0.777 and sorry, 0.57 and 0.58. So we have to
हाँ,
write 0.575
नहीं नहीं,
or
you give me the value. Phi of 2.58, you give me the value.
2.57 is 9949
2.57
is
is how
9949.
much?
9949.
9949. Yes. And 58,
2.58 is 9951.
9951.
You can ignore or we have to write in the middle.
Achha, it is the middle value. So for the middle value, you can take the 0.85 also, 2.85. If it is the middle value, you can take the point means interpolation. You can do the interpolation.
And sir, if the value is in the middle, then only we have to do interpolation, right?
Then only you have to do the middle value. Otherwise, you have to take the nearby value. So using the table, find the value of Z less than 1.57. So when we have this table, so if you see the table value, so table value for this is the it is the 0.9418, right? And Z is what? A continuous random variable. So point probability is 0. So point whether you take the less than equal to or is less than. So in both case we have the same value, right? 0.9418. So now I am saying that point probability is 0. So it will be the 0, right? When Z is equal to 1.57, so its value will be the 0, because we are talking for the point probability, so its value will come 0. And what is this? It is the 1 minus probability Z less than equal to 1.57. So it is equal to 1 minus 0.9418, right? So whatever the value will come, that you can write. So it is the 0.05, 0.0582. If you have to determine what is the value of this, so this can be written as phi of 1.75 minus phi of minus 1.25 minus 1.25. So this if you will see the table value, its table value will be the 0.95 0.9599 minus 0.10 0.1056. So it will come 0.8543, right? Or this can be written as phi of 1.75 minus 1 minus phi of 1.25, phi of 1.25. So this can be written as phi of 1.75, right, plus phi of 1.25 minus 1. So this will become 0.99599 plus, and the value of the phi of 1.25, value of the 1.25 is the 0.8944 minus 1. So again you will get the same thing. So it depends on the availability of the table. If for the positive Z is given to you, then from that you can compute. Otherwise, we have the table also. What is the Z of my 0.10? Z of 0.10 means the left side area is the 0.10, right? So that is the Z of 0.10. It means this area is the 0.10. And if you will see the table, So from the table, this value is the 1.28. I have told you that these some standard value you have to remember. Similarly, Z of 0.90. Z of 0.90 means Z of 0.90 means left side, right side area is the 0.90. So left side area will be the 0.10. So means probability Z greater than Z.90 is equal to 0.90. So from the table value, it is the minus 1.28. Right? By the symmetry, you can write it is the minus 1.28. For example, if you have to compute the Z, so if you have to compute the probability minus Z, Z is equal to 0.95. How much is the observed value lie between the 95%? So this can be written as phi of Z minus phi of minus Z is equal to 0.95. So phi of Z minus 1 minus phi of Z is equal to 0.95. So it will become 2 of phi of Z minus 1 is equal to 0.95. So phi of Z is equal to 1.95 divided by 2. That is the 0.975. That is the 0.975. So when we see the value of 0.975, so this will become Z is equal to 1.96. Z is equal to 1.96. So it is very standard result, right? And minus Z to Z is equal to 0.90. So when it is the 0.90, right? So it will become uh, 2 of phi Z minus 1 is equal to 0.90. So phi of Z will become 1.90 divided by 2, that is the 0.95. And just now we have seen Z is equal to, for the 0.95, it is the 1.645. So these are some standard value that you have to remember. Now x is the normally distributed and mean of x is the 12 and standard deviation is 4. So if we haven't, right, the standard one, if we have the general one, right, if we have the general one, how we can compute? So you know that probability x greater than equal to 20, probability x greater than equal to 20, it is given to you here, mean is 12, standard deviation is 4. So how we can compute? I have already explained. So probability x greater than equal to 12, that can be written as probability x minus mu upon sigma greater than equal to 12 minus uh, 12 minus mean is
20 minus
12 and 4. अच्छा 20 है, ठीक है. 12 upon 4. So this can be written as probability. Now it will become the Z greater than equal to 20 minus 12. That is the 8 upon 4 minus 2. So you have to check the value of the Z greater than equal to 2. So
positive
that
2.
is positive 2. Correct. So that is the point. Or direct you cannot write it. So it is the 1 minus probability of Z less than equal to 2. So if you will see that value, it is the 0.977
977
2. So it is the 0.0228. So in this way, we can determine the required probability for the non-standard one. So this I think now you can do, right? If we have this x lie between 0 to 12, if x lie between 0 to 12, so 0 to 12, so this can be written as probability 0 minus 12 upon 4 x minus mu upon sigma 12 minus 12 upon 4. So that can be written as 0 minus 12, that is the minus 12 upon 4 minus 3. So it is the minus 3 z, it is the 0, that is the phi of 0 minus phi of minus 3. Phi of minus 3. So its value you can write as a 0.5, 0.5 minus 0.0012. So in this way
It's
you can
one
determine
three,
the
sir.
1 3 जो देखो. So now uh, if you have to determine probability, find the x dash where probability x greater than x dash is equal to 0.24. So in this case, probability x greater than x dash is equal to 0.24. So probability x minus mu upon sigma greater than x dash minus 12 upon 4 is equal to 0.4. So probability z greater than x dash minus 12 upon 4 is equal to 0.24. So this can be written as 1 minus probability z less than equal to x dash minus 12 upon 4 is equal to 0.24. 0.24. So you can say probability z less than equal to x dash minus 12 upon 4 is equal to 1 minus 0.24, or phi of x dash minus 12 of 4 is equal to 0.76. So x dash minus 12 upon 4. So 0.76, if you will see the table, its table will be, anyone can tell me what is the value? 0.76. 0.76.
0.71.
0.71, right? 0.71. So just you can compute the value of x dash. So in this way we can compute this type of the question. Find the value of the x naught and x1 where probabilities are given to you. X lie between x naught to x1 is 0.50, and x greater than x1 is the 0.25. So probability of x naught less than x less than x1, it is given to as a 0.50, and probability x greater than x1 is given to as a 0.25. So in this case, if you do the probability x naught minus 12 upon 4, x minus 12, x minus mu upon sigma x1 minus 12 upon 4 is equal to, it is given to you 0.50, and probability x greater than x minus mu upon sigma greater than x1 minus 12 upon 4, it is given to you as a 0.25. So from the first we can write phi of x1 minus 12 upon 4 minus phi of x naught minus 12 upon 4 is equal to 0.50, and from the second we can write 1 minus phi of 1 minus phi of x1 minus 12 upon 4 is equal to 0.25. So so it will become phi of x1 minus 12 upon 4 is equal to 0.75. So when we'll see the value of 0.75, so here if you will see the table value, here we, if you will see the table value, so phi of 0.67, phi of 0.67 is the 0.7485, and phi of 0.68, phi of 0.68, it is the 0.7517. So which value we have to take? 0.75 is near to 0.85 or Uh,
0.67.
means it is near to the 0.7485 or it is near to the 0.7517. Here we have the difference of the 15. Here we have the difference of the 17. Right. So in this case, we will take 0.67. Clear? So always we take the nearby value. So from here you will get the value of the x1. So x1 will come 14.68. So 5 of this is given to you, right? So this you can write. This you can write as a 0.75. 0.75. So from here you will get 5 of x naught minus 12 upon 4 as a 0.25. Right? This is given to you as a 0.75. So 0.75. So on solving you will get this one. And here also again you will see. So x naught minus 12 upon 4 is equal to the point minus of 0.67. But if you see the near value, it will give you minus 0.67. So x naught will come 9.32. 9.32. So in this way you can solve such kind of the question. In a distribution exactly normal, distribution is given to you normal, 7% of the item are under 35, 89% are under the 63. What are the mean and standard deviation for the distribution? So it is given to you, uh, that 7% item are under the, let's say it is the x, right? It is the x. So 7% item. 7% item is this side area is the 7. So here we have the x is equal to 35 and 89% area. 89% area are under the 63. So here we have the x is equal to 63. Means this side area is the 0.11. This side area is the 0.07. 07 that we have to determine. So it is more or less same type of the question whatever we have done till just now. So here let's say x follow the normal distribution with parameter mu and sigma. So it is given to you probability x less than 35 is 0.07 and probability x less than 63 it is the 0.89. So when we x minus mu upon sigma, if you do, so it will give you means in on the both side if you do the sigma, right? X minus mu upon sigma, x minus mu upon sigma. So it will give you probability z less than z1 and it is the 0.07. So z1 will become 35 minus mu upon sigma. Probability z less than z2, it is the 0.89. So z2 is what? 63 minus mu upon sigma. So from the table value, z1 is equal to 0.14. It is equal to minus 1.48. So you can compute the value of the mu and sigma, and this value is the 1.23. So when we have the two unknown mu and sigma and two equations, so you can compute the value of the mu and sigma as a 50.3 and sigma is equal to 10.33. If the skulls are classified as ABC according to the length breadth index is under 75, between 75 to 80 and over 80. Find the approximately mean and standard deviation of the series in which A are 58%, B are 38%, and C are the 4%. It is given to you. Let's say here we have the X. So under 75, greater than 80, greater than 80. So this side area, this side is given to you as a 58 and this is given to you as a 38 and this side is given to you as a 4%, right? 4%. So it will become the 0.58, 0.38 and 0.04. So here it is written, right? 58, 38 and 0.04. So in this case, it is given to you x follow the normal distribution with parameter mu and sigma. And from the given information, according to question, probability x less than 75 is 0.58, x greater than 80, it is the 0.04. So from here, if you subtract the mu and divide by the sigma, subtract the mu, divide by the sigma, subtract the mu, divide by sigma, subtract the mu, divide by sigma. So here you will get the probability z less than z1 will be the 0.58, and z1 is the 75 minus mu upon sigma. So from the table value, z1 is equal to the 0.2. Similarly, z2 is what? Z2 is the 80 minus mu upon sigma, and required probability is the 1.75. So from there, you can compute the value of the mu and sigma. Let x follow the normal distribution with parameter mu and sigma
Sir,
square. Yes,
is it 2 class?
pardon?
Is this a 2 hour class?
Just last question. Just I'm finishing. X follow the normal distribution. It's just hardly 1 minute. If sigma square is equal to mu square, mu greater than 0, express x less than minus mu given that x less than mu. So in terms of the probability distribution, it is given to you x minus mu, x less than, I think, yeah, x less than minus mu, x less than minus mu given x less than mu. This value you have to determine. So it is the probability of a given b, that can be written as x less than minus mu intersection x less than mu divided by the probability x less than mu. So let it is the x is equal to mu, and somewhere here we have the x is equal to minus mu. So if you will want to see the what is the intersection, so intersection will be the this one, x less than mu, x less than minus mu. So numerator will become probability x less than minus mu upon probability x less than mu. This can be written as 1 minus, right, 1 minus probability x less than mu, x less than mu, or you can say phi of minus mu upon phi of mu. So phi of mu, or this can be written as 1 minus phi of mu upon phi of mu. So this we have to return, we have to write, right? You have to write in terms of the cumulative distribution function 0, 1. So you have to write this. Clear? So in next class, we will start the approximation of discrete distribution.
Sir, can you show that the notes again, the yellow pages type? Okay, sir. Sir, in the question it said we have to convert a normal distribution. So won't it be phi of 0?
Means here journal I have written, they have given this information also, the sigma square is equal to mu square also. So sigma is equal to 1. Sigma is equal to 1 also. This information also they have given.
And that the
So it will become the x minus mu upon sigma, mu minus mu upon sigma. So that is
0.
the 0.
And
X
0
minus
is
mu.
0.5.
0 is 0.5.
So 1 minus 0.5 upon 0.5.
First, I want to write in terms of the cumulative distribution function.
Okay. So when we
I
are
have not
writing in terms of
that you can write in terms of the value, but I want to convey here how we can write in terms of the CDF. Now you put the
this
value
form,
here.
this final form is not in the standard form.
Not standard form.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Means you can say let it is the f of mu.
Okay, sir.
F of mu. Now you can convert in the
Okay.
standard one using this relation.
Hmm.
Actually, I want to convey mainly this thing. How it is coming that x less than minus mu given x less than mu. What is the meaning
But
of this?
if in the question it is further given convert into standard, then it will be
Standard
1
one. Then
minus,
you have to convert x minus mu upon sigma, x, mu minus mu. So it will
that
give
will
the
be 1
zero.
minus phi of 0
One
upon phi of 0.
1 minus 5 of 0 upon 5 of 0.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So it will give the 1. I think
Okay, sir.
Point 0.5 upon 0.5.
Okay, sir.